Hey guys, I'm Rogan and this is my rant. We believe in the diversity of thought here on this channel. Welcome back to the channel, and for newcomers, welcome. Thanks for checking this community out. And believing in the diversity of thought, we talk about health on this channel. We like to talk about physical, mental, spiritual, and financial health of a wide range of topics. And these are just ideas meant to be shared, like worth sharing, and they're not meant to be concrete advice like you should do this, because I'm just sharing what I'm doing, and everyone has to figure out what works best for them. All right, so getting into the topic today, I wanted to talk about artificial relationships online and how it's impacting young people. And this can affect every generation, but I think it's more prevalent in millennials, Gen Z, and Gen Alpha is also going to be experiencing this as they age, because the internet and tablets and screens are only going to be continue to be more advanced and more prevalent. So what do I mean by artificial relationships? Well, I'm just going to call this bad habit that I have I partake in. Everyone does it. I'm just going to call it self pleasure, and I'm not going to use certain words because I don't want to, the algorithm. Even though I'm a small channel, it's not smart to say certain words because you never know who's going to be watching this video. But when you're looking at like maybe adult content online and you're doing it too much, it's bad. We all know it's bad for your mental health. So, but another side of the argument is like everything in moderation, and that's great. But the we'll just call it the know something community on YouTube. They always say like, oh well, you'll become a god and you'll have a million benefits and stuff like that. Like, working on your impulse control is important. The self control in this activity can carry over into other activities of your life. If you're struggling with a substance, if you're eating too much food, if you lack the motivation to exercise or being productive, sleep, anything really, because there's the difference between good dopamine and bad dopamine. Like a good example of good dopamine is maybe creating something, like writing something, or journaling, or just going to the gym, getting a good pump in, or just going for a walk in nature. Like, that's very beneficial to your health. Doing something proactive, something like this good feeling or these endorphins that you get from being active and doing something that you kind of push yourself a little bit to work for, is good dopamine. The cheap dopamine is, way too much smoking something, or too much drinking, too much caffeine, or too much eating, stuff like that. It's your body, your brain has a different reaction to be like, oh well, I'm just gonna seek this path to feel good with minimal effort, and that's not good. But we all fall victim to that type of thing. So now, with that being said, now you kind of know the difference between good and bad dopamine. I'm sure you could find a lot of other videos about this subject on YouTube, but I'm talking about artificial relationships. Now, we all know the disturbing trend of OnlyFans models and what they do, and a lot of them, they do take advantage of people who are lonely. And lately, in the past month or so, I've had almost no feelings of loneliness, anxiety, or depression. But I know a lot of people experience those bad feelings, and it's tough sometimes. But what's important that you have to realize is that sometimes just texting or calling a family member or a friend can make the world of a difference. Or getting in your car and visiting someone, or or just joining a group. Support group meetings are phenomenal. I not belong. I go to two different support group meetings weekly, and it's fantastic to hear people's stories about where they're coming from. And like, oh wow, I'm not alone. I'm not dealing with this all alone. And these artificial relationships, when you watch prawn online, or you subscribe to OnlyFans models, and that's just something to me that I never fully understood, because you can access that type of content, that graphic content, for free on countless sites, but you're paying for, like, I guess they're paying for that, like, artificial relationship that they think they'll get something out of it when they're just wasting their money. And it's a symptom of people who just live online for too long, or they don't get out of the house, or they spend too much screen time. And look, I fall victim to it too. Sometimes I spend too much time on the computer, or I spend too much time on YouTube, and YouTube is a form of social media. But when you get off Instagram, you use Twitter and YouTube, minimally, or you use YouTube to educate yourself, and you spend less time, taking in garbage content, but like, I'm just going to share briefly something that I've experienced. It has been now a week since I've partaken in that activity, and I've already noticed that I have more self-control in a few other aspects of my life and my behavior. Look, it's not going to solve all your problems. It's not going to be this like miracle cure and stuff like that, and we all will stumble when we deal with this, but it's important to talk about this type of stuff, and that's what I want to talk about in today's video. So I could go in more into depth on this topic. If you want to see more content related to this topic, just let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to hear what you have to say about anything. And if you like content like this, hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. And subscribe if you want to see more crazy content from this crazy guy. It's free. And that notification bell, it might work, it might not. And and if you didn't like the video, if you didn't like my topic, if you didn't like my shirt or my face, just remember to smash that dislike button. It gives me a chance to improve, make better content, make more content, and then just get better overall with what I'm doing. All right, guys, thank you very much for the support on the channel. I'm surprised I still have the amount of stimulation on the channel with this big break that I took. I was dealing with a lot of things, but I have a lot of new, fresh ideas. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and upload once a week, starting, and then twice, and then work it up to twice, and then 3 times a week. And I'm always going to be thinking of new content, and if you have any ideas, like I've said in the past, put it in the comment section down below. If you have any ideas, any topics, I could do a request video, kind of like in the old days of YouTube and stuff like that. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of the day. I'll see you next time.